Proximities. People. I smell a woman's peach-flavored vape, and I'm taken back to my last family vacation when my sister and I had to stock up on loon bars to rip in the hotel bathroom. They were peach-flavored. I didn't like peach flavoring, but I wanted to vape enough to have used it anyway. My scarf and necklace are tangled. My papa proudly gave me this necklace for Secret Santa. He picked it out himself. I love talking about home. I love talking about how the liquor store/pizza window at the bottom of the street would let me steal candy when I was a kid. When I went back, the guy who used to give me gummy worms told me I was sexy. My friends are getting together. They're having a party. I'd assumed everyone felt as pathetic as I did, but it seems not since they threw a party. Walking, there's a blonde girl with a ponytail and a knit headband over her ears. She walks forward quickly. I wonder where she was going with such urgency. She doesn't have a briefcase or a backpack, not even a purse. She's carrying nothing at all, weightless and forward. Crossing the street, there's a young girl holding even two younger children's hands. I envy children who get to grow up around other children. All of my siblings and cousins were well into adulthood by the time I reached 8. A man mutters to himself a list. Cigarettes, cigarettes, beer, cigarettes. I offer him a cigarette by reaching out a pack of golds towards him, but he flinches. He looks at me like I've held a gun to him, so I keep walking. I wonder if I misunderstood him. I begin to think about you, per usual. Your body is sticky and sweet with tree sap. I want your hands in my skin and on my hair. I want to learn each of your skin cells on your hands. I want to lay under your covers and sink my teeth into you. I want to master what your hair looks like when it's wet, covered in soft raindrops and your eyelashes heavy. I want to sip on your words and all your favorite things. I'm dying to be covered in the sound of your voice. Places and things. I walk around in the night until the temperature fractures my bones, burns my eyes, and freezes my bangs into icicles hanging from my forehead. Warm yellow streetlights glow above me in the way I imagine crop circles are made. My few spots of exposed skin turn to a sticky fluorescent honey. The way my feet sound atop the ice scares me. I can hear the sound of my body slipping and hitting the ground, hidden in every beat. The trees look so beautiful, and I wish I had my camera, but I never had my camera. When I do bring my camera, there's nothing to photograph. Like the umbrella theory, there's an inevitability to it. The world feels very mild tonight, even in Brooklyn. The temperatures are lower there, but it is somehow much colder here. It is colder here right now than it has been anywhere ever, and my eyelashes are thick with snow. I worry about my fingers and the color purple they've been stained around the joints. I want to look up frostbite, but I know my thumbs can't move fast enough to type, so I continue walking quickly and shove them into my pockets. I've seen worse fingers at worse times. I left my mittens at home. I got my mittens for Christmas to bring to New York, and then I felt guilty they were sitting unused in Massachusetts. The air is bitter and sharp, but the sound of two small children playing at the playground makes for a slightly more tender atmosphere. A large and out-of-place branch holds a stout, melodic bird, but I don't like birds very much. I want to like them. I understand how they could be beautiful, and I love the V shape that they fly in. But still, feathers and beaks send chills through me, and I find their hungry nature and sporadic diarrhea deeply off-putting. I miss Massachusetts, but not enough to leave here. I like walking around in the night and not being completely alone. I like delis in the subway. I like that I can go anywhere whenever I want and not have to tell anyone. Thoughts. Maybe I don't want to have sex anymore. The mechanics of sex unsettle me, or rather, the learned mechanics of sex. I wonder if juvenile horniness is so mystifying and intoxicating because we are untainted by what the world has turned sex into, a robotic and lackluster bore. Nothing feels as provocative as it once was. Nothing feels as exciting, and I'm still chasing that first high. There's something great about feeling small, feeling protected, taking up little space, floating, and something terrible about feeling small, worthless, meaningless, like nothing ever mattered and you were wrong all along. There's also something about feeling small that feels anti-feminist of me, like men want me to be small so they can feel big and powerful, so in return I should be really huge and take up a lot of space, but that sounds bad. Christmas was nice possibly in hindsight. I don't remember feeling nice. I remember feeling like I was grieving something intangible and indescribable, like looking in the mirror and watching for a reaction that I couldn't find within myself. Usually when I look in the mirror, I feel like a cartoonish little kid with big round glasses, and that has to be some form of body dysmorphia. The Amtrak I took from Moynihan to South Station got delayed because a bull got onto the tracks. Not even 5 minutes after it happened, my papa sent me a TikTok video of the event, which made me sad for the poor animal. I thought about how it thrashed through tight walls on the tracks, scared and alone, only to be posted on the internet. That thought made me feel shallow, like I was trying to find something to make myself feel better about, but I didn't care enough to figure out what it was. Thinking that made me feel absurd, like everything I thought lapsed around my brain before conceding that nothing was something else and things could just be things. But a bull on the tracks wasn't just a thing. It was a living being with a soul and horns. Every time I've tried to write about my queerness in any capacity, it comes across like someone who's never held a baby, was handed a baby, and has to show an auditorium of people how to hold a baby. My baby's head is unsupported, and I'm holding it far away from me like I'm scared it'll puke. I'm confused. That's the thing about being young. I'm always confused and lost and somehow so stuck in one place, and my legs are trying to move but are held down by industrial strength glue, and I'm high from the glue, or was that the blunt? I want to burn these stupid thoughts away, but I can't because the glue is flammable. Crushes in general are a sort of psychosexual infatuation to begin with. Maybe that's just me. Everything I feel is an oversized, crushing weight. Even the feeling of nothingness is suffocating. Everything is bigger than it is. I'm used to obsessing. My world spins like a dice thrown on the table, up, down, and on its side. I feel like you and everybody else need me like beer, occasionally and in moderation.